from a village to hamlet, off of your head. Drive me paradise.
Road, still the road is not I don't really enjoy it, although we, we're staying in great hotels. We get, our own room. We fly on long distances. We're not crammed into. We've got air-conditioned Previas. Everything's pretty luxurious now.
Where did the last 8 hours go? Just like I was dead for that long.
Well, it was really hard in those days because some of the vans weren't great and the journeys were arduous and you'd have to sleep on top of the gear.
And then at 3 o'clock in the morning, boom, 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 your turn to drive. You arrived at the next destination wrecked.
Then you get to this room which was just not very inviting and it'd be loud and,
It all built around the 22 hours leading up to the 2 hours that you were on stage. And once you were finished, then you had to go back into the coal mine and dig away until you struck pay dirt again at the end of the next performance.
It's pissing down, what shall we do for clothes?
Well, it seemed to be never ending. We seemed to get home from a tour, you'd be home for 2 weeks, and then we'd be told that really we have to go away and pay for the last 2 weeks, so you better go on tour again.
Quite an alien environment for most people, but I've grown to love it a lot because it's a thing that connects you with the rest of the country,
But I know we can do it all again. Yes, we'll do it all.
To be honest, it feels great. There's been no egos. There's not even been any personality clashes. It's been quite wonderful. And maybe because we know it's a finite thing, it's only 3 weeks long. Maybe.
I still want to kill you.
I killed you, shut up!
I couldn't think of a better bunch of guys to do it with, really, because we all have our faults and stuff, but I think we all had a great level of acceptance for each other. I only threw one punch.
Well, it was pretty bad when Dave broke Les's arm, but I was in the room, it snapped.
I learned a lot about life in the one punch I threw at Les, which broke his wrist and put him out of commission for 6 weeks.
He didn't break my bloody wrist. No, I broke my wrist by not holding my fist clenched enough when I playfully punched him.
He'd stay in his room and close the curtains, darken it off. He'd have hay fever, so there'd be tissues all over the floor, and he'd be watching Days of Life. And I decided that was annoying. So I kind of picked a little bit of a newspaper fight with him.
I playfully hit him over the head with a newspaper, as I recall.
I just threw, it became a punch.
And then I think I punched him in the chest, and as I said, being skin and bone as I am, and not holding my fist clenched enough, I think it was a scaphoid fracture.
And he couldn't play, the poor bugger.
I just went to the hospital afterwards because I was just feeling a bit icky. And I came back with it in plaster for 6 weeks, yeah. It's one of those things.
Yeah, I am forgiven, I think.
I wrote this song last century when I was young and stupid and skinny, but it still seems to stand up when I'm old and wise and skinny.
Well, I think if you're going to have a New Zealand sort of music quiz and you're going to ask about memorable opening lines, Asian cigarettes is it, really, isn't it?
This song came on and this bloke just opened his throat and went, Asian cigarettes.
Asian cigarettes!
There was no way that you couldn't sing about, Buddha sticks or marijuana, so hence the Asian cigarettes, you know. It's pretty silly, really. When you're learning guitar, you do chord shapes and then you go up like that. And I just love the ringing of those two notes, E and B. And so I knew that I could build something around that, and that's where Be Mine Tonight came from. It's sort of,
Another smoke and another can, another conversation.
and then the chorus kind of modulated a little bit. It goes up to, but it's still. The song came out of desperation. You know, I didn't really have a steady girlfriend, and I had no idea how to find one. I was just hoping that one would just turn up, somebody would just turn up. So it was a cry from the heart.
26 years later, when he starts that, I still get goosebumps, you know. And you can see the crowd go with him on that big age.
One of the great debuts of anybody, you know. Dave Dobbin's career started off with a great song, you know, Be Mine Tonight.
Be Mine Tonight was definitely the anthem of the time, really. You know, along with Hello Sailors, Gutter Black.
If that had been released in the States at the time, you know, it would have run away with it. Frankly, it's a classic, and it always will be.
Be Mine Tonight. It's just my favourite song of all time.
Incredible, brilliant, best thing since the Rolling Stones.
This is Courtney, and this is Ashley. They're my daughters. And how was it, girls?
That was awesome. Pretty cool. Yeah, it was cool.
Good. I'm glad you liked it. It was pretty much fun.
Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
You did a great job there.
I appreciate it.